Yeah, I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a...
Hi beautiful, welcome to High Vibe Honey for the week of the 17th of June, 2019. I'm your host, Gala Darling, and you may have noticed we're in a new space. So fucking psyched. I'm really excited to be shooting in this new space. It looks really beautiful, and I would love to hear what you think of the new space. And this isn't even everything that we have secretly plotted for you. This is like 2% of what we have secretly plotted for you. So just fucking hold on to your horses, because shit is about to get so good and you don't even know about it. So there you go. So before we get into the cards for the week, I wanted to tell you what the tapping is. And this week we are tapping on trusting yourself and feeling really good in all the decisions that you're making, and just knowing that you're doing the right thing, which is going to make you feel so good. Now, also, before we get into the cards, I know I'm really pushing it, but we have our Tap Into Money event happening on the 26th of June in Los Angeles. It's at 8 p.m. We have just a few tickets remaining. So if you want to join us to bust through your money blocks and manifest huge amounts of money and feel really good when you look at your bank balance, which isn't that the dream for all of us, then you definitely need to be at this event. There's going to be a sparkly selfie station. It is sponsored by Perrier. We are going to have so much fun. You don't even know it. And if you miss it, you're really going to be sad about it. So don't miss it. Buy your tickets. The link is below. So let's look at these cards for the week. We are using the soul cards again. I just really like these cards. They're so cute. Our first card is the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands is about action and getting things done, because it's a Wands card that's all about fire and putting things into motion. But this card is about having the courage to push through something where you feel like you're being tested. This is a card about resilience and personal bravery. So maybe in your life you're coming up against some stuff that is really testing you, and you're like, I don't even know if the universe wants me to have this, because if it did, surely this would be easier. But this is the card that tells us to keep going no matter what is coming up. So don't feel deflated or put off by any challenges that are in your way. They always make the story more interesting. Like if you think of anyone that you admire, or any brilliant documentary you've ever seen, or even any movie you've seen, it's never like a smooth sailing story, because that is fucking boring and it doesn't make for entertaining times. And it also means that when good things happen, you don't feel excited about them. There's no sweetness if there's no roughness mixed in there. So this card tells us that things are working, but that we have to be brave and courageous, and we have to persist with the things that we want. So keep that in mind this week, and just don't be discouraged by any obstacles that come up. They are inevitable. They are always going to come up, but you have this in the bag. You just have to stay the course. Card number 2 is the Page of Cups, and the cups are always about emotion. They're always about how you're feeling, and that also ties in really closely with creativity. And pages are often cards about receiving a message from somewhere. So this card is so interesting because it's really about having creative opportunities come your way that maybe you weren't anticipating. So maybe somebody invites you to take part in some project that you had never thought of before, or something like that. And it really tells us that we need to listen to ourselves in order to make these things happen. So whatever is going on in your life, I'm sure people have lots of opinions about how you should do it, and where you should put your energy, and how you should write the email, and all of those things. But this card is really about listening to your own feelings on the matter, and letting your feelings be your messenger, letting them guide you into the kind of action that you take. So this is, even talking about this card reminds me of why it's so important to have a magical morning practice, or to tap regularly, or to do these things that set us up so that we feel consistently good. Because when you feel really good, then you can take actions that will perpetuate that positive feeling. But if you feel like shit, you're gonna make decisions that are like, not that great, and then you're not building any positive momentum. So that's what this card is about. It's really like trusting in your own intuitive knowing, and being open to creative opportunities, because I promise they are just around the corner. And our third and final card is the Hermit. The Hermit is actually the card of Virgo, so in case any Virgos are watching, I got you. And the Hermit, I think people see the Hermit or hear the Hermit and they think, oh my god, I'm going to be alone forever, which is totally not what it means. The Hermit is about spending time by yourself so that you can really get in tune with who you are. And it dovetails so nicely with the Page of Cups, which was about listening to your intuitive messages. The Hermit is so about that. It's about being introspective and spending time by yourself so you can really figure out how the fuck you feel about things. Because when you're scrolling through your phone constantly and you're always listening to other people and watching television, you really don't have any space to think clearly about who you are, what you want, and where you want to go, as you're being constantly influenced by everybody else. So this card is asking you to take some time this week to spend time alone and think about how you feel and what you want to do. It's really important that we do this. So if you don't have a meditation practice, this is a really good time to just up your meditation practice. And if you hate meditating, I totally understand. You don't have to meditate if you don't want to. Just go for a walk and leave your phone in your bag and see what comes up to you and see what pops into your mind, because I think you'll be amazed by the insights that you're getting from just spending some time by yourself. Let's get into this tapping on trusting yourself and feeling really good about the decisions that you're making. So drink some water, get really hydrated before we start, and we are just gonna start on the top of the head, easy peasy. Sometimes I don't know what the right thing is to do. And I don't know the right thing to say. And I don't always know where I should be putting my attention. And every time I feel like this, I lose a little bit of confidence. When I don't feel like I know what to do next, I don't feel like I'm at full power. I feel like I'm just kind of bumbling along and trying my best, but not necessarily acting powerfully. So this week I want to remind myself that I actually do know what to do. I do know what to say. And I do know what my next action should be. This week, I really want to tap into my deep knowledge of myself and really stand firm in knowing who I am, so that no matter what situation presents itself, I always feel like I'm capable. And I always feel like I know what I need to do next. And when I doubt what I need to do next, I will just take a moment to be quiet. Because I already have all of the answers inside of me. And this week I want to lean into trusting myself more. And building my confidence in myself, so that the next right action comes to me easily. And I somehow always manage to just say the right thing. And I somehow manage to be in the right place at the right time. Even though I sometimes doubt myself. And I don't always feel strong about who I am. I know that this is just a story I'm telling myself. I actually know who I am all the time. It's just that maybe I'm unplugged from it for a moment. So this week I am going to consciously plug myself back in, so that I feel really good so that I feel really courageous, and so that I can deeply trust myself. That was amazing. Deep breath in, hold it at the top, and let it go. You killed that. So good. And I feel like this tapping will just help you step into that state of really knowing who you are and not being like, I don't know. Because when we say I don't know, we're just reinforcing these shitty beliefs. Like, actually, you do know. You know all the time. Just stop telling yourself you don't know and you'll feel so much more powerful. Your homework this week was suggested by my magician's assistant, Asia, and it's a really good one. So I want you to leave a comment below and tell us about 5 qualities that you have that you are really proud of, things about yourself that you love. And maybe it's the way you treat your friends, or your work ethic, or the way that you always look on the bright side, or the way that you treat your dog. It doesn't matter. Anything that makes you feel good about who you are, we want to read it. And then I want you to go through and like and comment on as many other people's comments as possible, because it's going to make them feel so good, and we are a collective and we build each other up. So the more juice you can pour on everybody else's lists, the better it will feel. So if you're in LA for the 26th of June, or you can get to LA, we would love to see you at Tap Into Money. Click the button below and buy your ticket, and we'll see you there. And other than that, I will see you next week for High Vibe